Now, several high-level officials are expected to visit the family of 14-year-old Likhona Fose this afternoon. Her mutilated body was discovered yesterday in Roodepoort, that's west of Johannesburg. Police have no leads yet and are appealing for any information that could help solve the case. Nqobile Madlala is on that story for us and joins us live now with the latest update here. Nqobile, the family, of course, continuing to cry out as well for more leads, so too the police, and a lot more than expected, hopefully, from police with regards to just understanding the case a little bit more.
Well, indeed, especially because we are expecting the Deputy Minister to be part of the people that are going to be here. So the Deputy Minister of Police, Poli Bushielo, is going to be here with the family, as well as the Deputy Minister of Women, Youth and Persons with Disability, Steve Letsike, will also be part of the people that are going to be visiting the family. So the idea from the family is that they feel that they'll finally get the answers that they're looking for, because they understand that in the morning, there were some police officials that came in to get some statements, but to get more details, and also just explain to the family that at the moment there's no leads, but they are actually investigating a case of murder, and those investigations are underway. But also to add to that, we are expecting that there's going to be a district commissioner, which is Major General Nqobile, as well as the component head of the Family Violence, Child Protection and Sexual Investigation Unit. That's Major General Likhona. Now, that's very important, especially because there have been questions around whether or not she was raped before she passed away. So we know that that's also part of the investigation that has been ongoing. But of course, the family just still trying to figure out what is happening here. But this community in itself has faced really difficult time. This case not being the first case that they've had to deal with. You'll remember 5 years ago, there was a case of where this community also was looking for that woman, and she was found in an open area. It's about 3 minutes away from where the 14-year-old's body was also discovered. And I want to bring in some of the community leaders, also a community member in this community, to speak to us about these things, because I mean it's very difficult, especially because this has been happening to women. And as women in this area, do you feel safe?
Thank you for having me. I don't think there's a woman or a girl child who feels safe in our area. Before this incident that occurred yesterday, I think 2 months ago, there were 2 young women who were also found in the very same field. We're not sure if they were raped, but we saw that they were shot. So I think it's time now something is done, because I don't see any woman or any girl child being safe when we are having these incidents almost every month.
Kumo, this is, of course, very difficult for the family as well. And I understand that you're here to show your support as part of the leadership within the space, and, of course, coming with the councillor as well. But what sort of help can you assist with, especially because you've been in the scene and now the police are saying they're still investigating?
I think the first thing first, that the family that is in question should get counseling. I think that's the first thing that we should, before we can even think of the community. I think we should start with the family, the immediate family that are affected by this incident, to get a formal counseling. In terms of the safety of this area, I think the local police station should now see this as a challenge, almost like a pandemic in our area. So visibility of the South African Police Service here, and yeah, we just need protection from our police station and officials.
And I know, Councillor, you're just arriving as well, and perhaps if you can just give us details, especially because there's been a march from this community where they were asking for police visibility, and we understand that's about 2 weeks ago. As the leadership here, why haven't you been able to get that visibility?
Good afternoon. I would say it's not only one march. There have been marches, particularly from the ward, in this area in particular, to call upon the police, South African Police Service, to say they need to intervene in terms of fighting such crime that is happening in this area. We've got so much violent crimes that are happening in this area. women being the victims of such crimes. So the march was organized by Sanko together with the community, calling for the nearest police station, which is Roodepoort police station, to say they must focus more on this area to deal with such crimes.
And as a councillor, why is it for you as leadership? One would think you have a bigger voice and you are able to be in these places where the discussions are made. Why have you, on your side, been unsuccessful to help?
Look, in every platform that I get where I had to raise community issues, crime is on top of my priority list because it happens most of the time in this area. So I always make sure that wherever I get a platform to raise community issues mandated by the community, crime is on top of the list.
All right, let's hope that you're going to be raising that with the Deputy Minister as well as she arrives here with the family. And I suppose, Nqobile, as you can hear there, the concern is safety in Durban Deep, especially because they're saying this has been occurring for quite some time. You can hear from the councillor there who's also explaining that even in his meetings, he has to put it at the top of his list because it is there's so much crime within the ward.
More answers definitely needed, but so many questions still at play. Nqobile Madlala, thank you so much for bringing us that story. We'll continue to follow through, of course, as those several high-ranking officials do come through a little bit later then. That's happening out in Roodepoort.